Ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge story that not a lot of people are talking about. Definitely share this segment everywhere. I want to read you a CNN article. The CNN article explains exactly why the new spin on Biden and cooperation with the Department of Justice is complete nonsense. And why, Trump was investigated and they issued a search warrant with Trump because he wasn't cooperating. He was negotiating. That was enough cooperation to warrant a continued dialogue. He was negotiating with his lawyers and attorneys. Okay, the fact that they say he wasn't cooperating, that's why the Federal Bureau of Investigation went into Mar-a-Lago. Well, the Federal Bureau of Investigation already went into the Biden's Wilmington home. I thought the narrative was that they didn't have to use the FBI. Then why did the Bureau go into Biden's home and search his garage next to the Corvette and the Corvette with the classified data? So initially they said, well, Biden's cooperating. The Bureau doesn't have to investigate. DOJ considered, okay, hold on one second. Here's the Justice Department declined using the Bureau for Biden document search. This is Forbes. That was January 17th. Then, 4 days ago, Federal Bureau of Investigation, CNN, searches Biden's Wilmington home and finds more classified documents. I thought he was cooperating. Do you see where this is heading, ladies and gentlemen? It doesn't matter whether he's cooperating or not. Nobody said, well, Al Capone's cooperating, so you know what? You don't have to go after him for tax evasion. They don't care if a criminal cooperates. They don't really care at all if a person has committed crimes, they don't care if he's cooperating or not. They're going to do whatever they want to obtain the evidence. So this is a public relations spin. Furthermore, it's almost certain the Federal Bureau of Investigation will get a search warrant. So Biden will have a search warrant just like Trump leveled at him. Wall Street Journal, informant tipped off investigators about more documents in Mar-a-Lago. CNN Politics. Very soon there will be a search warrant, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll be a huge story. Every single event before it's taken place, you can check the segments on this channel. I have predicted or told you, look, you know what? The Federal Bureau of Investigation's already looking into it. And I would use video segments or public record, articles saying, oh, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the DOJ almost used them. And then a week later, the DOJ uses them to investigate Biden. So the search warrant's going to take place. Why? The Hill, when will the Bureau search Hunter Biden for home for classified documents? New York Post, incredibly suspicious. Hunter's emails may be based on classified info. GOP Senator. Tucker Carlson, Fox News. Hunter email may point to core of classified document scandal. The reason that they went after Trump with with a search warrant, okay, was because they thought there was an informant. Informant tipped off investigators. They don't need an informant with Hunter. They already have a criminal investigation. Okay? They didn't have a criminal investigation with Trump pertaining to the classified documents. So they needed an informant. They need just any pretext to go after Trump because they despise him. Okay? He was not indicted or charged for the Mueller probe. The Mueller probe was based on the absurd belief that because Papadopoulos met with an Australian diplomat, that they needed to investigate Trump. But Papadopoulos himself, George Papadopoulos, was set up and framed. He never even committed a crime. The only crime that they got him on was a process crime. Oh, he lied to bureau agents who had it out for Trump anyway. Michael Flynn never committed a crime. He was never indicted on any criminal act other than allegedly lying to a bureau agent. They level investigations at anyone around Trump and at Trump. Then they say, obstruction! because they don't have an actual underlying crime. They accuse him of everything under the sun, and anyone could be an informant. There was a Bureau informant during the Durham probe that was lying to the Bureau. But Hunter is the key issue here. And James Comer, Jim Jordan, and also Chuck Grassley, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Grassley, have stated, look, this is a huge problem. You have a national security night. Ron Johnson, Chuck Grassley have stated, you have Hunter with access to classified data who could potentially, I'm not accusing Hunter of this, but he could have sold the data for money or utilized his knowledge for money. There's a New York Post article with a box that says important documents. That alone could be the classified data. Who knows? If it was Trump, oh my God, suspicion leveled at Trump, anything's possible with Trump. But hit subscribe to this channel. This is a huge story, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think people really understand. It's just another lull regarding this story, and people don't really grasp what's taking place. Okay, 2023 is going to be the most politically unpredictable year, exciting, whatever you want to call it. The pendulum is completely going to swing from Democrats with Adam Schiff in the House Intel, and Twitter being an extension of the DNC and other organizations, government agencies, and the Democratic Party, and Twitter employees silencing hundreds of thousands of conservative accounts and accounts supporting Trump. They don't have Twitter anymore. They don't have the House of Representatives anymore. And it's endless investigations, impeachment, and almost certain resignation of Biden. We'll get to that in a second. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. every single day. Become a Patreon, people. To my new Patreons, thank you. Become a Patreon here. It helps me tremendously to continue this work. And your support is just unbelievable. So I thank you so very much. And to my new Patreons, thank you. I have people every day supporting the channel, and I cannot thank you enough. Super thanks is below. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Okay? And become part of a newsletter there. One rebuttal is, well, you're just speculating. That's all they did with Trump is speculate. The difference is that my speculation always proves to be accurate, or generally proves to be accurate, okay? You have somebody who's already under criminal investigation. Nobody around Trump was under criminal investigation. Unless it was, oh, we're going to investigate him. What they did was they leveled probes. Like, there were Federal Bureau of Investigation agents who are no longer at the Bureau, who were kicked out for bias against Trump. And they started probes, and they left because animus and emails were found out that that showed complete bias, and they despised Trump. So they leveled investigations to Trump, and then they couldn't find anything, but they got people on obstruction. And I mean, the biggest mistake Trump made in his 4 years in office, this is the biggest mistake, was turning his back on Michael Flynn. Because they sent 2 agents there to set up Flynn. Flynn was the national security advisor. And we would have removed Americans a lot sooner. We would have done a lot of the things that Trump wanted to do a lot sooner. Okay? The national security advisor of the United States of America did nothing wrong. He had no clue that he was being set up, unfortunately. And Trump should have said, hey, you know what? If media, the second he left, then the Mueller probe, then they said, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and start a special counsel. Had he kept and said, well, what do you have on this man? What do you have on this man? Because they got him on allegedly lying to the Bureau, but they never had anything on him. And initially they said he didn't lie. And had Trump gone to bat for him, they might not have started a special counsel. So the difference here with Biden is that he did mishandle classified data. He wasn't a president. Trump did not mishandle classified data. A judge already ruled that a president like Bill Clinton can have classified data in his possession if he feels that it's a personal record. And according to Trump, he declassified everything. That's why he wasn't indicted. You have to, basic logic defeats all the arguments against Trump. Why wasn't he indicted? Well, we know because Trump didn't commit a crime. We know why Hunter and Hillary weren't indicted, because they're Democrats. And I think Hillary Clinton's going to be the 24 nominee. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Tell your friends about this channel, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of things are going to take place that will just catapult Donald Trump. I mean, they're all going to, it's going to help Trump and Clinton. All of this is helping both Trump and Clinton. Clinton probably doesn't care that it helps Trump because she believes she has all of media and never Trump Republican state parties that will help catapult her to the presidency. And you give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. There will be a search warrant eventually. James Comer and Jim Jordan have already talked about that for Hunter. Give me